It's 12th of March 2026, and we are in the 11th week of this year. I want to record this, like I can just have this information or this knowledge in my long-term memory. Actually, I took the first trade of this week today, and I ended up in a loss. I even posted the trade outlook earlier in the community post, but I want to go over this. Actually, the mentor that I'm learning from Sham, he posted a trade and actually he won, and almost everyone in the trading community lost. Then for me, where I've gotten to, when I lose a trade and then I followed my system, I don't get mad, I don't get angry. I just see it as the cost of doing business, and then I move on. But I try my very best to understand why that trade failed, even though I followed my model. And God being so good, I've been able to eliminate a lot of losses, like unnecessary losses, just following my plan and then journaling. And I'm grateful to God for that. It's just left with me to show up every day and then make sure I execute consistently. So this is EURUSD. That is the only pair I trade. So I had in mind, we had, like I told you earlier, about this dealing range, right? This low and then this high as our initial dealing range. However, after we had this swing high, then this becomes the new dealing range, right? And then this is a CRT, so I was just looking for lower prices, and this was Thursday's candle. I mean, we are in Thursday, but the new candle start forming at 9 p.m. and it's 10 p.m. 10:50 p.m. So that's why we have this new candle here. Let's go to the 4 hour. So for me, when I wake up around I wake up around 1 a.m. New York time, that is 6 a.m. local time. So when I woke up, I had this fair value gap in mind on EURUSD, this fair value gap. And then on the XY2, I had this fair value gap in mind as well. So, and apart from this fair value gap, I was also having the high over here. I don't really pay attention to fair value gaps, either order blocks and then proportion blocks. So I had this as a proportion blocks. So maybe, okay, let me leave the fair value gap over there. This as my proportion block, right? Why this is a proportion block? So over here, this particular candle purged this high, and then if this candle gets engulfed, which was engulfed by what? This candle, this and this candle. So this candle closed below what? The low of this candle with purge this high. So when this candle gets engulfed and it is tested, that particular candle that tested the other block which got engulfed is now a proportion block. So proportion means that when it gets tested, it should propel price to go lower in the direction that it's supposed to go. So immediately this candle which tested the other block which got engulfed, then this candle becomes a proportion block. So whenever it gets tested, then it means we have to see some kind of heavy reaction from there. So this 1 a.m. candle, let's see how it's reacted on the 15 minutes. So at 4 o'clock a.m., this candle reacted to the FVG. And I know some time ago the moment I saw this candle test this fair value gap and then there's a close below, I would have just taken my entry somewhere else here on this candle, because it is 2 consecutive candles that tested out the FVG, and I would have taken my entry here because this candle has been engulfed. But I would say I'm at the intermediate level, and then I knew this was something that I should ignore, because after a key level is tested, this 1M candle tests a key level, I want to see a CLT page, or the secondary range page on the 4-hour time frame. So I was looking at an entry from 5 a.m. going, and then even the reason why I did not take the 3 a.m. the 4 a.m. candle as the candle that could use to propel price lower was that the price wasn't in a discount price wasn't in the premium region, because when we take this fair value gap, price hasn't traded toward the higher area or the higher region of this fair value gap, which makes the price to go in a premium region, as well as on this candle. So as at then, on the 15 minutes, let's say something, so this was 4 o'clock a.m. as well. As at then, price has not traded into the discount region of this fair value gap as well. That is the reason why I ignored the 4 a.m. Let's go back to EURUSD. So afterwards, then price actually tested the proportion block over here. So let me remove this FVG, and then one thing too was that price has traded into the premium region of this FVG. So I thought price could just use this fair value gap and then just propel price lower and target 30 pips. However, price closed above this and this candle after it tested the proportion block, and then that is what this candle gave us, what the CLT page as well. So almost everyone of which I was also part, took this trade here. Then it's hardly you meet people who are going to be honest with you. They are going to be honest with you in this trading. But I just want to show you that I actually took one trade. Just the whole of this week I've just taken just one trade and I lost. So this is that trade. Let me enlarge the chart. See, the whole of this week I haven't taken any trade, as you can see. No trade here. Let me enlarge the chart. So here is it. Here. Let me enlarge it a little bit. So here is where I took the trade, right? Here is it, and then my stop loss was here, and then I was taking out. Yeah, so the whole of this week I've just taken one trade. So let's continue with analysis. So one thing Sham made mention of was time ranges. So after I exhausted the reason why this trade failed, the only thing I was able to figure out was he mentioned of time ranges in one of his videos he made, and he made mention that he is not going to disclose the information about it, since it has helped him a lot filter out trades that he could have lost, because he was saying sometimes there will be a CRT page and then there will be an entry confirmation, but price will take that high and then form another block. So actually, when we were all taking this trade, he also ignored this as well, and then waited for this one at 7:30 a.m. and then he took an entry here. So the reason why he took an entry here, and if it had happen like what happened here, I would have also taken an entry. So if you look at this, it is this consecutive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles that's purged this high, right? And then this candle, this displacement candle, closed above this, and then closed below this and closed below this candle as well, right? Since it's closed below the low, the moment this candle touches the high, this becomes what's the order block, right? And one thing that I should have even noticed earlier was that when this candle got engulfed and then this candle tested this high and then price traded and then took this high, I should have even realized that I was on the wrong side. I was wrong, but I still had confidence that I'm not going to micromanage my trade. It's either it hits stop loss or take profits, and I left it like that. But I learned a lot today. So the time ranges was that you look at the time at which a 4-hour order block is going to open and then close, right? So opening and closing hours of what? The 4-hour candles. So one thing I realized, or how I figured out the time range, was on the XY. Let's go to the XY. So on the 4-hour, let me go to an hour. Let me use this. I'm coming. Fifth time zone. So let me start. How does I'm coming. Start from 7 p.m. right? 7 p.m. then 11 p.m. Okay, let me put one here. Get to 7 p.m. 11 p.m. Okay, this is it. So when we look at a 4-hour candle formation, that is how it's formed. So the XY, it starts at 7 p.m. and then another candle starts at 11 p.m. then 3 a.m. So one thing I realized was, so I think I can take this one as right, is that we get to see the candle very well. Oh, I'm coming. Let me see if I can change this color. Still won't be visible. Opacity. Oh. Okay. I think this will work. Opacity. Let me know what opacity. Okay, so these are timed ranges. So over here, what we can see is that let me even enlarge this. Over here, we should. I think I saw that we completed this CRT, right? And then I knew definitely price was going to go up. So for time ranges, note that the time that I entered here was what 6:30 a.m. and it was left with a 30-minute difference, right? So it was left with 30 minutes difference for a new 4-hour candle to start on the XY, and if it was left with 30 minutes for a new candle to form on the XY, then meaning that we could use that as a time range to filter out this trade, as in this entry confirmation, which happened at 6:30 a.m. So I think that is basically the time ranges, and like I said, I just wanted to make this video so that I can have it at the back of my head and then have this knowledge to myself. And I don't know if anyone is going to watch this video. Maybe it might not seem interesting to you, or you might not understand. That is fine. Maybe some years later or months later you will get to understand, and you will appreciate this video. So is it. So after this page here, right, then this was the order block. It's tested. This was the order block. It's tested. That's as well as on EU. So EU, this is the order block where the entry should have been if I was to take this trade. And I am grateful. When I lost, I didn't get mad, and I tried to figure out why I lost. And then God didn't disappoint me. I was able to get the reason why I lost, all because of time ranges. I think I'll end now. It's 11:03 p.m. So on to the next.